Charlie, what is going on here? I just had a really panicky phone call from Nick at the office, and well, he tells me there's disgusting things going on. I mean, what is so important that I had to cancel my trip?
Jamie and her friends have been running amok. I've been keeping her confined here, but, well, I can't stop her from accessing those nefarious pages on that damn Facebook.
That is rubbish! I've been trying to find out what's kicking off in the city. Doesn't mean I agree with it. While the government are ruining our lives, I'm doing something constructive about it, okay? Peaceful protest?
Well, it would be more constructive if you, I don't know, got a job instead of hanging around squats and organising sit-ins. Trust me, I'm a police officer. I'm doing something good to help this country.
54 applicants for a job. How exactly do you expect me to get one with all that? I mean, I know maths really isn't your strong point, but it is the same as counting criminals and travel.
Well, listen, I think enough from the pair of you, all right? I mean, let's start with Charlie. I left you in charge, Charlie, and this is what I'm coming home to. I mean, I thought you were a responsible person. I thought you were a leader.
I thought that enforcing your authority was what made me a leader.
I think the problems with the authority, with the enforcing. Yes, hello, Cameron resident, man of the house speaking.
It's Mr. Dennis Cameron.
Yes, indeed it is.
Hi there, I'm a staff nurse at the Burns unit at Cockney Hospital. I'm sorry to say your wife is with us, but she's in a stable condition. She suffered some burn injuries earlier today and we'll be keeping her in overnight.
Wait, my wife? How does this happen?
She was a victim of the riots, and visiting hours between 7 and 8, but I would recommend only travelling if you feel you must. We're very busy in this unit, as you can imagine, and I'm afraid we're quite short-staffed.
Oh, wait, hang on. Is she in pain?
No, she's very settled. She had some pain relief earlier, morphine.
Keep in mind, wife trucks.
Oh, yes, sir, just for pain relief. She was really quite sore earlier, but now she looked very relaxed and content.
Relaxed and, well, we think that's zero tolerance policy, I suppose. So, 7 to 8, you say?
Yes, but I would advise you again only to travel if you feel you have to. We have to keep the hospital clear for emergency vehicles, and she's left very happily just now. Can I pass on a message?
Well, yes. In that case, I guess you can tell her that we'll be there as soon as it's feasible.
Okay, no problem. Good night, Mr. Cameron. The ward's very busy and I really should get back.
Of course. You try and get away from your job for a tiny little 3-month break and you see what happens. I mean, just, what have I missed around here?
Jamie's friends have been rioting. My offices are stretched to the limit. I've had to call them back from leave. The overtime bill is going to be astronomical. I think we should send it to Jamie.
How exactly do you expect me to pay for it? You think with the lack of jobs to even apply for, I could, even if I wanted to? Which, by the way, I don't. You've been ignoring the law, beating up young girls, shooting suspects dead, harassing young blacks with stop and search powers intended for terrorists. Is walking on black grounds for suspicion these days?
We didn't have time for your lefty liberal crap, Jamie. My sister's shop is on fire. Hello, Dennis, darling. I've just seen on the news. Kathy's shop is up in flames. The firemen can't get rid of it because these dreadful thugs throwing stones. It's dreadful.
Yes, it's worse than that, actually. I mean, she's actually in hospital. But don't worry, she's comfortable.
Oh my God, it's anarchy out there. Gangs roaming the streets. Thugs throwing stones. It's terrible. The streets are controlled by the likes of Susie's boyfriend.
Yeah, actually, where is Susie?
Well, I don't know, but that is her boyfriend on the telly. Oh, my shift starts in half an hour. Woe betide that sister of mine if I find her on the job.
Whose streets? Whose streets? Our streets! Whose
not worth it. You'll just end up with a night in the cell. Believe me, it's not. No, just leave it.
What? Am I hearing this? The cops shoot your neighbour, and then you get me down here to stand about all day, and then the vet bring in the riot police? This is my first demo, for God's sake. I want to see some action.
Yeah.
I've got some answers for them. I've got some... Excuse me, officers. Why are the riot police here? This is a waste of resources, and I want some answers.
Yeah. Hey, Cal.
Out with the police! Yeah!
Out with them! Out! Go over!
Fancy this is
Out!
Oi, leave it! Oi, what are you up to? Oi, leave it! Oi! Oi! No, easy.
Told you he'd be involved in this mayhem. Typical young hoodie. No discipline or respect for the law. No, this is what your benefits and immigration policy have got us. Greed, selfishness, no responsibility to the rest of society. Just me. As long as I get that plasma TV and Nike trainers, it's down to everyone else.
Auntie, he's not the only one that thinks like that. I mean, he used to work for News of the World.
No, Duffy, I really don't think you should be comparing your auntie to these mindless criminals. I mean, she worked hard for that paper.
Yeah.
Yes, Jamie, please, why don't you go try living under one of these middle-aged regimes that you're always talking about before you go criticising our government?
Yes, I really have to agree. I mean, don't be brainwashed by all these rioters and these left-wingers. It's not like people actually go out and steal trainers to make some sort of political point about the cost of degrees, now is it? No, of course it isn't. Now, your auntie may have worked for a paper that did some disgraceful things, but she isn't her job. And I'm sure that everything that happened at that newspaper happened when she was on holiday, so you apologize to her straight away.
What? Again, it is this double standard. She insulted my sister and her boyfriend. He is no criminal either. Just because he lives in some rough council estate, you think he's some sort of criminal scumbag. Well, he has to maintain relationships with gang members just to survive. He needs a dual persona. One is cool on the streets, and the other who he really is.
Well, I think what we've just seen on the BBC News has told us exactly who he is, huh? What more proof do you want? He's there. He's involved in these disgraceful riots. And I'm telling you this, he's going to ruin his entire life. And if he thinks he's going to ruin my daughter's life as well, he's got another thing coming. I want to make sure that she never sees him again.
Oh, hello, Dennis. I just want to drop by. I've got some tea and biscuits. See how you're all getting along.
Oh, you are a saint, Harry.
Oh, where's Kathy now? Is she caught up in the traffic?
No, I'm afraid she's in hospital, Harry.
You're right. I'm very worried about her. Actually, I'm going to go along to that hospital right now and make sure those nurses are doing their jobs right.
No, I'm not sure if that's such a good idea. And you don't want to get caught up in all that mayhem out there.
Auntie, I must insist that you stay here. You must not interfere in police business. Citizens must stay out of the way.
Really, Charlie, we should abandon your mother on our knee. I suppose we should just sit at home and stay and watch television while innocent set alight.
Auntie, I find those accusations hurtful and untrue.
Come on now, people, hey, let's look back. We all rioted a little bit in our own way when we were younger. I mean, Dennis, weren't you and your chums caught up in a wee bit of bother when you graduated? And your pal Nick, did you not set fire to some cacti when you were studying in Germany? But honestly, it's terrible, these stories coming out about people's houses going up in flames, but I really think it's not the time for blaming. What we really need to do is get back on there and reclaim our streets and restore safety.
Yes.
Well, just before we go any further with that sort of inappropriate talk, may I just remind you that anything I did when I was a youth, high-spirited days, is completely different. we paid for all the damage at that restaurant. Those restaurants.
What else could they do? First off, they can hand themselves into the police for ruining the city. I hope they rot in jail.
I really see no point in that sort of talk. See, Muriel down the street, she's getting a wee team together, right? We'll go out tomorrow, we'll clean up the streets, take back our community.
Clean up the streets? I pay for people to do that sort of thing out of my tax money. I don't see why I should waste my time risking my life on my hands and knees cleaning up after those yachts. There'll probably be dirty needles and Molotov cocktails. Ooh, and no, while I'm out cleaning up after those thugs and those goodies, they'll be in my house helping us up to my television, which I'm at. No, thank you, Muriel.
Oh, and this is a high-earning professional role model for today's generation. It's no small wonder they think it's all right to be out there looting and burning. I'm afraid to say, you're no better than the rest of them.
Oh, she's away without her teapot.
Oh, what a do-gooder, bleeding heart guardian reef. Well, she's nice enough, but a bit naive, don't you think? I mean, really, she's making excuses. She's trying to blame the government for this terrible behaviour. I mean, how could she make excuses for this? We've seen it on the television. I mean, she's nice enough, yes, but she's very naive, I think, very naive. You know, she's probably got low self-esteem, she's probably lonely.
Yes, but it's a stressful situation for us all now, isn't it? I mean, people can be prone to bickering and all sorts of silly behaviour in situations like this. Now, can't they? Now, what we need is decisive action.
Yes.
Rubber bullets.
Yes.
Water cannons.
Oh, yes.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
We need to call in the army.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Ring,
Oh.
ring.
There's another one off. I mean, what on earth is happening to this family? I thought we were all in this together.
There's no such thing as a family anymore.
Yes, Cameron residence, man of the house speaking again. Now, Nick, yeah, just the man. Listen to me. We need decisive action. Yes. Now listen to me. I've got a plan. So nice to see the entire community out here. Very pleased to meet you. Dennis, Captain, that's enough. Thank you very much. Military stump. So pleased to be clear. Oh, well, that one. Yeah, all right. Excellent. Good job, officer. Nice to see you. Oh, yes. Well.
And here I am, reporting live on Radio Cockney from the scene of that terrible devastation from last night. We can see well-meaning members of the community cleaning up. And oh, there's Dennis Cameron showing strong leadership in these terrible times. Very good to see. You can interview. Susie, can I interview you about last night's events for Radio Cockney?
I suppose.
So, do you really think this mindless criminality had any political effect?
Auntie, look around you. You're giving me an interview with how many of my friends?
You're actually condoning this violence?
No, what I'm saying is 2,000 of us marched up to Scotland Yard last month, and what was in the news about it? Nothing. These riots have made a difference, and all you can do is ignore these estates until the next one. turnout. We've just done this play in a week, so I'm really, really pleased with the turnout. I just wrote it a couple of weeks ago, and we just did a really quick kind of few rehearsals, and we got it together, so thank you very much.
Hopefully it was quite a light-hearted play about what is quite a serious issue. We've got you all here now. If people did want to talk a little bit about it, we could open it up to a bit of a discussion. Is there any kind of reactions that you had to it? Is it any perspectives that you haven't thought? Or is it all stuff that's been hashed out in the news before? Or you can all go for a tea and coffee now.
And there's a quiz on at 9.
There's a quiz on at 9.
Party.
What's going on? Just like you got one.
Hot red.
Hot red.
Look at it.
Sorry?
I was kidding on the guy.
Well, thanks everyone. It's been fun.
Oh, well done.
Woo!
Yeah.
You got to